Hello all and welcome to Sportswire. Of course, we're doing a normal video, not a live stream today. Tottenham have won more matches, 19, and more home fixtures, 14, against Southampton in the Premier League than they have versus any other side in the competition. Interesting history there. David Moyes has suffered defeats in just two of his 17 Premier League meetings with Southampton. He's won seven and he's drawn eight, losing 1-0 with Everton in September 2002 and 4-0 with Sunderland in February 2017. Broja, a Chelsea loanee, has scored 4 goals in 6 Premier League starts this season, making him Southampton's top league goal scorer this season. All 4 of Albanian goals have given Saints the lead and have been worth 5 points overall. So this is some sort of a history that we have with the West Ham Southampton game that is going to be played. If you ask me what basically our today's update with respect to this particular game is that, yeah, of course, a lot of players are out due to injury. More importantly, West Ham United will not have the presence of Antonio in their squad, and that's definitely going to be an impact. Southampton seems to be having a good squad for them to play with. But this will be an interesting game. I lean towards West Ham United picking up a win, probably a 2-0 or maybe a 2-1. That's my score prediction for this game, West Ham United versus Southampton. Quickly moving on to the next team that we have. Man City are unbeaten in 8 home league matches on Boxing Day. They've won 6 and they've lost 2, winning each of the last 6 in a row. Their last such defeat came in 1996-97 against Port Vale in the second tier, 0-1 actually. Manchester City's Raheem Sterling has scored in each of his last 3 Premier League matches. We'll have to wait and see if he is playing the game today. Leicester have won just one of their last 11 Premier League fixtures on Boxing Day. They've drawn 2 and they've lost 8. Though that victory did come against Manchester City in 2018-19. So Leicester do have some sort of a success against Manchester City on the Boxing Day fixture. So there you go. That's a bit of history on Manchester City versus Leicester City on Boxing Day. Now let's talk about what this means for this particular fixture, right? First thing is, there's been a whole new dynamics towards Manchester City and Leicester City in the last few years because they've got new ownership, new investment, and they've started developing themselves. And having said that, Manchester City right now are sitting on the top of the Premier League with a very good run, and they don't have a lot of players out as well. Leicester City, on the other hand, are a bit struggling right now. They're towards the 10th spot in the Premier League table. But what does this mean towards this particular fixture? You know what? Leicester City do have a chance, but then I'm going to say Manchester City is going to take this game home. I think it will be a 2-0 victory. Leicester City do have that way of conceding goals. They usually do. So I'm hoping that Manchester City lose, but then that is me as a Chelsea fan. I think Manchester City is going to be winning this game against Leicester City. Nevertheless, that is on the Manchester City versus Leicester City fixtures. The next one that we have on the Boxing Day is, of course, Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. Hotspur are unbeaten in their last 14 league games on Boxing Day. They've won 11, they've drawn 3 since a 2-0 defeat at Portsmouth in 2003-2004. It's the longest ongoing unbeaten run on this day by any side within the top 4 tiers of English football. If Harry Kane scores, he will match Robbie Fowler's Premier League record of 9 Boxing Day goals. It seems almost he's made for Boxing Days. Anyways, Kane has scored in all 5 of his Boxing Day Premier League appearances, the longest such scoring streak in the competition's history. He also holds the record for the best minutes per goal ratio on 26th December, 54 minutes, minimum of 4 matches. As a player, Crystal Palace manager Patrick Vieira was on the winning side in all 8 of his Premier League matches played on Boxing Day. So he also seems to be having a good run of form on a Boxing Day. The best 100% win rate on 26 December by a player in the competition's history. Crystal Palace have scored 7 goals in their last 3 Premier League London derbies, as many as their previous 10 such matches combined. Yeah, they've been doing recently well on their London derbies, if I'm to be honest. The Eagles are unbeaten in their last 4 Premier League meetings, with London sides last having a longer such run without defeat in the top flight between April to November 1990. 7 matches, actually. Having said all this, what do I think about this game? Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. For me, Tottenham versus Crystal Palace is an interesting game because both of them have a new manager this season. Of course, Tottenham have a new manager. They have their second new manager for the season, but that's Antonio Conte. I'm not going to short sell Antonio Conte because we all know how much he's done for Chelsea and how successful he can be to whichever competition or whichever league he is part of. Tottenham are getting better. The last game that they had against Liverpool, I believe, is a good example of that. They were almost on the verge of picking up a victory, but then Liverpool was good towards the end. What I'd say is Tottenham have gotten better. It's not the old Tottenham towards the start of the season, which we all mocked. It's not that Tottenham anymore. Tottenham are in a good run of form. But at the same time, Crystal Palace have been doing splendidly in the past few games this season. The reason why I say that is they seem to be having got their mojo back in the front three. The front three is being very dangerous. One of the dangerous front three, barring Liverpool in the Premier League this season, has been the combination of Conor Gallagher as a cam and then having Eduardo Benteke or Xhaka as the front two. They've been doing an amazing job. Former Celtic striker, of course, Eduardo. So, in a way, Crystal Palace have been performing good in the last few run of games. But this is going to be an interesting challenge. Of course, Patrick Vieira is not as experienced as that of Antonio Conte. So you can expect some sort of a managerial battle that can take place between Antonio Conte and Patrick Vieira. But I lean towards Tottenham to win this game, given the experience of the manager and the squad and the quality of the squad and the current form that Tottenham has been in. I'm going to go for a 1-0 here. It's going to be a close encounter is what I think. But Tottenham, I think, will come out at the top. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens the other way around as well, but I'm going for Tottenham 1, Crystal Palace 0. What do we have next? Of course, we've got the... Alright, we've got the Norwich City. Norwich City are aiming for their first victory on Boxing Day. They've drawn 1 and they've lost 6, playing more matches than any side without ever winning. Norwich are at the foot of the table with 10 points. Basically, they're in the 28th spot. Only 3 teams bottom of the Premier League table at the start of Boxing Day have avoided relegation. So this is an important point for them. This is where they can pick up momentum and then start coming out of that relegation battle. West Ham Albion, they've done it in 2004-05. Sunderland, they've done it on 2013-14. Leicester City, they've done it on 2014-15. So those are the teams, actually. Arsenal have lost just 2 of their 23 Premier League games on Boxing Day. They've won 14 out of it and they've drawn 7. Going down 3-2 at Coventry City in 1999 to 2000 and 4-0 at Southampton in 2015-2016. If you ask me, Gunners have been having a very good run of games on Boxing Day. They've been successful. The Gunners earned their first Premier League win of the season in the reverse fixture against Norwich. Only twice previously have they done the Premier League double against them, 2004-05 and 2013-14. I mean, it's a bit odd. Gunners were not able to do a double against Norwich City, but you'll have to also take into account that Norwich City is not in the Premier League every single season. Having said all that, I'm going to lean towards an Arsenal win given the current run of forms. They are in the top four right now, and Arteta has been doing a good job. Martinelli is in form for them, and the team is ticking as a whole unit, and that's really a good sign for Arsenal Football Club. I think Arsenal are going to win against Norwich City 4-0 in this particular fixture. The reason why I say that is they just picked up a high winning game against Sunderland in the Carabao Cup 5-1, but then this particular game also, I think Norwich is in no contention for this Arteta side with their current run of fixtures. So that is the update on Arsenal versus Norwich. Of course, this is Norwich versus Arsenal, not Arsenal versus Norwich. But moving forward, we've got the Chelsea Aston Villa game. Chelsea Aston Villa game, of course, I had it towards the end because I kind of had some certain points that I wanted to talk about when it comes to this game. It seems that Lukaku is back. It seems that Callum Hudson-Odoi as well is back. It seems that Chilwell also is back. So we have certain returnees, but Chilwell will not feature in the game, but he is back. Aston Villa versus Chelsea, it's another important fixture. There's a bit of history as well going into the fixture. Let me just give you a brief on what history we have here. This is the sixth time Aston Villa and Chelsea have met in a league match on Boxing Day. Fourth in the Premier League, with Chelsea remaining unbeaten in the 5 contests so far. They've won 3 and they've drawn 2. The last such match came in 2007-8 season, a 4-4 draw at the Stamford Bridge. Villa have won 3 Boxing Day league matches, their longest winning run on 26 December since a run of 5 between 1908 and 1913. Of course, a bit of old history there. Chelsea's last 2 Premier League matches have finished level, with the Blues last drawing 3 consecutive league fixtures back in February 2012. They have never gone 3 league matches without a win under Thomas Tuchel. So, you know what? This could be a bit of history there. If Villa manages to get a draw here. Villa won this exact fixture 2-1 last season, last winning back-to-back home league matches against Chelsea in April 2004. Yeah, there you go. A bit of a history for the Aston Villa versus Chelsea game. But if you ask me what would be the score line for this match, I'm going to say Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 0. The reason why I say that is because Chelsea have got their midfield back again. So they're going to be looking a bit more stronger going forward. So I think it's going to be a Chelsea win. But I wouldn't be surprised if we pick up another draw as well. Chelsea picking up a draw against Aston Villa. That wouldn't surprise me, but I think we still going to be winning this game by a slender margin, maybe a 1-0 or a 2-0 maximum, or a 2-1 probably. But I'm going to stick with the Chelsea win. Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 0. That's my score prediction. There you go. These are the matches that we have for this particular Boxing Day round of fixtures. As usual, please press that subscribe button down on the channel. Ensure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Really helps for the growth of the channel. Hoping to see you in another video, and probably a post-match reaction for the Aston Villa versus Chelsea game. Until that, this is VJ signing off. You guys have a great day.